Hello and welcome to the Crazy Angels podcast. Today we want to talk about a Christmas song we released in last year's album, and we are re-releasing it this year. So I give it over to you, Pascal, to explain why we are releasing this song again.
The first 3 years or so of our enterprise, we've just focused on writing, recording, getting comfortable as a band, as a group, as an enterprise. But we've had a little bit more time now to also do some marketing, and with Levi's good help, we're able to share what we're doing. This podcast is a good example of it. We have a lot of wonderful lyric videos, which again, Levi excels at, and we're sharing them through social media and all the channels that you all use. So Santa on the Moon is a song we recorded last year, but we didn't really promote it because, as I said, we were in production mode. But now we have time to share it more widely. So that's what you'll hear in December, and hopefully you'll be able to see the fantastic lyric video, very, very funny piece that Levi put together, and all the related explainer videos and clips and funny ads that we have. Anyhow, so we believe as an enterprise that laughter is the antidote to everything. It's a really tense, unhappy time. Obviously, we have elections coming in many parts of the world. Our great neighbor to the south, who we love, some people say they're in the midst of a cold civil war. There's tension between the West and China and Russia. So the antidote, in our view, is laughter. So I wrote a funny song for Christmas, and it's a satire on the current political chaos. The idea is that Santa is co-opted by the Chinese and the Russians, and they fund Santa's factory on the moon. And Santa and the reindeer go up there, and this creates an international incident, and the G8, the G20's involved, and there's tremendous tension, and it's a spoof in a over-the-top R&B style, which our band excels at. And it's about laughter, it's about fun, it's about satire. I'll just read some of the ridiculous vocals, or rather ridiculous, but I hope very charming lyrics. I'm really proud of the internal rhymes in this one. Anyhow, I'm loafing on the sofa with my wife and family. I'm sipping old Kentucky. It's a nice bourbon. It was early Christmas Eve. Our boy burst in and cried, "It's a media typhoon. The Russians and Chinese put Santa on the moon." Mama always said, "It's like a silver spoon." Santa says he's happy. It's a lot like Saskatoon. Practice all day long, then a few cartoons. I get bourbon whiskey. Them reindeer, they get macaroons. And then the chorus. Santa on the moon, who'da thunk it? CNN got a theory, Fox trying to debunk it. You got a basketball, good time to dunk it. I said, "Baby, where's the wine?" She said, "You drunk it." Anyhow, Santa's on the moon. You heard that right. Santa's on the moon. And it gets more and more ridiculous. And the arrangement is over the top, crazy and wonderful, and the video is as well. So I'll pass the baton to David to talk about
yeah, I think the lyrics are, also just self-prophesizing in the sense that, who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk this song? I mean, who other than Pascal could have thunk this song is my point. And the thing, like, every time I hear it, the line in particular that literally I laugh out loud every time is anyhow, Santa's on the moon. It's just like matter of factly, like, all right, well, look, anyway, so moving on, Santa's on the, and I laugh every single time. So,
I really enjoyed that line too.
Yeah. All right, let's have a listen.
The sofa, wife and family, sipping old Kentucky out at Christmas Eve. Our boy busted and cried, "It's a meteor typhoon. The Russians and Chinese put Santa on the moon." Mama always said it's a silver spoon. Santa says it's happy, it's a lot like Saskatoon. Practice all day long, then a few cartoons. I get bourbon whiskey, them reindeer they get macaroons. Sand on the moon, who'd have thunk it? CNN got a theory, Fox trying to debunk it. Got a basketball, good time to dunk it. I said, baby, where the wine? She said, you drunk it. Anyhow, Santa's on the moon. You heard that right. Santa's on the moon.
So, yeah, there's a little bit of that. Yeah, as far as like, you know, the arrangement goes on this, yeah, it's like, it's all very basic stuff, just a simple blues, you know, formation. You know, we give credit to, you know, Chicago blues and Mississippi blues and all the various forms.
Little Walter.
And, and you know, just the people like Leonard Chess who, you know, brought all that to the world, you know, and was dedicated. And oh gosh, what's the guy's name from Sun Records? Sam something.
Oh yeah, Sam. Sam Roberts, something like that. Sam, whatever it was. That little hole in the wall, Memphis, Tennessee. I've been there. It's like a closet.
Yeah. But you know, he's got this he calls it the $1 Million Quartet photo.
Yeah.
And it's a photograph of Buddy Holly with Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, and I think
Jerry Lee Lewis.
Jerry Lee Lewis. There we go. So yeah, it's like these 4 icons, you know, and he's got them all. They're all like huddled around a piano, and it's just like, and he calls it, "It's my $1 Million Quartet photo," you know.
Anyway, if I can add, in the middle of that tiny little studio, in the wooden floor, there's this groove that has been worn out over 60, 70 years by the stand-up bass and the players spinning it around, you know, while they're recording Hound Dog or whatever it was. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You know, we're, you know, taking our cue from a lot of these great records that were put out in the 50s and 60s. So, but I'm trying to give it a little bit of grit, you know, a little more rock and roll. Just a little bit. You know. So we're just, you know, we're adding a little thing, you know, some of these beautiful, like, for example, like that echo that would have never been on a Sun record or, you know, Chess Records or any 50s recording. So we're just, you know, we're adding our own little things in here.
You heard that right, Santa's on.
And we, ironically, talking about harmonies.
Got a basketball, good time to dunk it. I said, baby, where the wine? She said, you drunk it. Anyhow, Santa's on the moon. You heard that right. Santa's on the moon.
You know, and the thing is, like, you know, with Pascal's hooks, you know, like for this particular one, it needed that extra thing that we got from adding a vocal harmony. But that's it. I mean, this is just a super simple arrangement. There's nothing live bass, you know, just simple shuffling. But as a unit, damn, it's really solid. And then, of course, you know, drums and stuff like that. And that's really it. Very simple, straight rock arrangement right out of the 50s/60s playbook with a little bit of modern edge on some of the guitar tones, you know. And, you know, Levi was asking about specifically the guitar tones, and you know, we use I look right there, Chicago. we use the this is called Guitar Rig 6 from Native Instruments. And yeah, we spend a fair amount of time, swapping out different modules, to kind of come up with that final tone. And it's wonderful because, you can bypass all these modules, if you want, and just hear, right? So that's without the Chicago. Like, listen to this. This is a speaker emulation. It's trying to emulate a speaker in a room. And listen without it. And then we add it on. It's just totally different. Just different, altogether different. Because it sounded tinny without that room simulator. So if I hear a tone and it sounds that way, I might add room emulation or what have you. So that's what we do. And this is where we love big tech, because they make tools that players need. And, we can't do this any other way. I mean, look, I remember, as early as 2005, 2006, I had a studio in Toronto on Queen Street, and there were a bunch of creatives in the building, and these two guys, they were like guitar players, and they basically built this cube that had like mattresses everywhere and foam. And then they put their amps inside of this cube because they had to turn the amps up so damn loud that they didn't want to like destroy the building. So they literally, and they had the cables were running out of them, and so that they could just sit there and play. But the point is, if they had something like this, they wouldn't have needed to do that. But like, this technology did not exist 20 years ago. We didn't have this.